Hey folks, Tracy here with Scrappy's Rustics. I'm coming to you with a Christmas home decor piece. That transfer is IOD Figgy Pudding, which is a few years back with a holiday release. And that awesome little tray is from iFlex, and I do have an affiliate link for all paint products. It can be found on my website. So I'm just using acrylic paint red and some chalk paint white. I want this to be kind of match the Santa himself, so I want it a little vintagey. And I end up using the kind of newer product. It's pretty cool stuff. It's like called Antique Cream, made by Art Deco, I believe. It's pretty cool stuff. It's like the opposite of what we're used to. It's you paint it on and you actually let it dry, and water takes it off, so you can really control how much you want on or not. So in the middle, I just obviously did the chalk paint, and the outside, I think that's flag red, just a regular acrylic paint. And now I'm going to seal it with Pentart decoupage varnishing, or decoupage glue, and ultra matte. You always want to get into the habit of sealing your pieces, wherever deemed necessary, especially if you're going to add mediums or extra layers on. It just saves your project, and it allows you, if you mess up and you get it right away, you can usually just wipe it off if you seal your project. If you don't, then it's hard to do, because a lot of times the paints we use are so porous that it just sucks it up. Yes, you could probably repaint it, but so there's the figgy pudding. I do believe there's a few of these around here and there if you looked hard enough. I want to say this was 3, maybe even 4 years ago from a Christmas release. I've been hanging on to the Santa for the perfect piece, and this was it. So we finally get to use him. I just love everything about him. I feel like this could be a winter piece to keep out, because you could make it more Christmassy if you wanted to, but I do feel that this could be left out year round very easily. So I'm just trimming off the extra part of the transfer so I can get it to fit in there nicely. You don't want to remove that white backer until you're ready to use it. And I always try to use my little trick where I get it exactly where I want it. Sometimes these transfers, you got to remember they're very, very thin and they're sticky. So once it's down, it's down. And another reason putting the ultra matte down on top of my paint will help my transfer go down much easier. So as you see here, I've got it exactly where I wanted it. With my left hand, I'm holding onto it pretty hard. I'm holding it down so it doesn't move. Cutting that little piece off, it allows me so much control, and it pretty much puts it exactly where I want it. Now you could pick the whole thing up, take the white backing off, and then lay it down. But like I said, once it's down, 9 out of 10 times it's down. So sometimes you can get lucky and peel it off and move it. But to ensure it goes where you want, I would recommend this way. So I'm doing what I call a once over. I'm just going over it. You'll get a tool just like you see there in your package of transfers. I go over it one time, and then I pick a spot and I rub down and pull back, rub down and pull back. For some reason, if it does not transfer down, you'll see it stuck to your carrier sheet there, and you just simply lay it back down and rub it, and it'll be like it never happened. So these are really easy, make you look like you know what you're doing, and just a lot of fun. So look how cool he is. Now, some people might want to leave it as is right now. I don't. I wanted to dirty this up, because it is kind of the stuff we're going to use, the antique cream. I think it's antique cream is what it's called. It's pretty dirty. So this is cracking paste, transparent. This is the only Pentart crackle system. Well, fine line crackle you do not want to use over transfer. You just don't. It will eat your transfer. May not happen right away, but it will happen. You can use classic. You can use any of the water bases, but if you want to get anything close to the fine line crackle look over a transfer, this is the stuff you want. It's called Transparent Crackle by Pentart. It can be used over anything, and it's great. It's a 2-part system. So just like any crackle, part 1 is the glue part. So you want to put that down evenly. You don't have to do it evenly, but you don't want to miss anywhere, and you don't want to overwork it. Try to keep your fingers out of it if you can. Just like I said, don't miss, and try not to overwork it, but you want to ensure you get full coverage. And I love this. The classic crackle is really nice, but the crackles are very, very fine, kind of like craisin type of crackles. So just depends on the style you're going for and the look you want. I honestly like some of the brush strokes. I like it thicker and thinner, because it just gives me a different variation of size cracks and looks overall. So that I don't mind. But you can control your thickness and such if you want. So you can see it's very shiny. You can kind of see some of the cracks. You have to turn it to the light. And not the cracks. We're not there yet. But with any of these two-part systems, you really don't see the full effect until you add. So I dried it and my piece was still a little warm. You want to make sure it's cool because your product will dry faster than it should if your product is, or your surface is too hot. But so with any of the Pentart two parts, you're not gonna see the full effect until you put on your wax, your mica powders, whatever it is you go over it with to age it up in the end. So all of whatever you end up putting on there sits in all the little cracks, and it really enhances it, and it's pretty spectacular. It's pretty, but you got to trust the process. Again, part 2, same thing. Don't overwork it, don't miss, and feel free to do different variations on this part as well. Totally up to you. And in between anything with the two parts, I don't know, let's see if you can see any crackle yet. Probably not, but maybe in the light, trying to show you. Yeah, you probably can't pick it up on camera. Any of the Pentart two-part products, there's the antique and cream. You want to make sure that you are dry in between every single coat that you do. Like if you paint it, make sure it's dry. You put product or medium down, make sure it's dry, and so on. You'll get much better results. So we're using the antique cream, and this stuff you paint it on and you let it dry. It's weird, like it doesn't do what you want it to do until it's dry, and the only way to remove it is with wetness. Like a dry rag doesn't even do anything. So I really think this stuff is kind of cool. It's very easy to use. It has a smell to it, but it's not like a chemical smell. It almost like a food smell. Like it's hard to explain, but it has a smell. I've used this several times now, and I really like it. Definitely gives you a unique look. This red and that white was just far too bright for me, so that's why I chose to dirty it up. And when I think of dirty, dirty, what's that song? South. Anyways, I think of this antique and cream, and I got mine on Amazon. It is in my Amazon store. I'm also an IOD stockist, Pentart, all the good things, decoupage papers. You can check out on my website at scrappysrustics.com. So there it is, all dry. And the great part about this stuff is you can wipe it on, take it off, wipe it on, take it off until you fancy. So here we haven't done anything. It's dry. It dries really quick too, like really quick. So I'm going to just take my paper towel and mist. And you can also get different looks by whether you wipe, you dab, you rub. You can get different effects. So, and you can pretty much wipe all of it off if you wanted to. It's just different. It's kind of cool, like I said. And it's nice that it dries so fast. It almost, well, yeah, it doesn't stay wet for very long. But it's watery, pretty neat stuff. But again, you got to trust the process and just go with it. At this point, there's really no turning back as far as the crackle and such. But you could certainly wipe all of this antiquing cream off if you weren't happy with it and throw down some wax. But the object here is to get product in all of the cracks from the two-part transparent crackle, so it shows all your crackles, and it gives it that aged look. Now, I've noticed when I've used this, there's some areas I'll end up with pretty bright spots, and I don't really know why that is. I'd have to assume it's mist product, but there's a way to, you can kind of dab your darker product, and then just dab it off to make it all look uniform. But I hope this inspired you. Sometimes it's not all about the project itself, but maybe a product, maybe a color, maybe a transfer, maybe the surface, something within a video can inspire you. And inspiration is everything, because that's just such a great feeling to have, to be excited to get started on a project. So I hope that this video did something for you. So I didn't like that area there, the way it came, or the way it was. It was too bright. I didn't like any of it. So here we are, putting on a lighter coat of it. I took too much off, but that's the beauty of this product, is you can really work it work it. So now, okay, so now I'm dabbing because that will leave more product on there. Let me see the name of that. I want to say it's Art Deco, if I can find it. I really need to clean out my medium drawer. I'm walking over here now. Look at all that goodness crackle. We have all different sizes of crackle as well. As you can see, we even have some craisin in there. That's just craisin. I can't find the... Oh, here's the bottle. So it's Deco Art Media, Antiquing Cream. If you like my style, I'd love for you to smash that subscription button. Feel free to hit the little bell so you can be notified when I upload more videos. And check out our website at scrappyrustics.com. We got a lot of cool stuff you can't find in your everyday craft stores and whatnot. So I do hope this inspired you in some way. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.